create the code for selecting lane 2. When lane 2 is selected, we select the car L sprite. From here, select car L and create the code for it. When the Go button is clicked, the car L sprite needs to be hidden when the John sprite is displayed. For this, a when flag click code block in events is dragged. Now, let's drag a hide code block under looks here. Next, if the user gives the lane he wants to travel as 2, the backdrop needs to come to the starting position by changing to street and the car L sprite is displayed and turned in desired direction. For this, we can use the broadcasted message. I drag a code block of when I receive lane 1 from events here. Click on the arrow in front of lane 1 and select lane 2. Now, let's drag a switch backdrop to street code block under looks like this. Now, a point in direction code block under motion is dragged like this and the angle is given as 90 degrees. Let's drag a go to x:y: code block here by clicking motion again. Let's give the x position as -215 and y position as -51. We have not displayed the car L sprite yet. Here, let's drag a show code block from the looks. Next, the car needs to come to the junction in the middle here. For that, let's drag a glide seconds to x:y: code block in motions here. Time is given as 1 second, x position is given as -22 and the y position is given as -52. Okay. Next, it is necessary to obtain from the user whether the user wants to travel to the pizza store, the hospital or home. Let's drag a say hello for 2 seconds code block here under looks to display this message. Let's give the text as you want to choose whether you want to go to the pizza store, home or hospital and change the number of seconds here to 3. Now, since we want to get an answer for this from the user, let's drag an ask and wait code block from sensing here. Here, the text is given as where do you want to go? For this, the answer given by the user is stored in answer. The next thing to do is give the necessary route for the car to travel according to the answer. First, let's look the time when the pizza store is being given as the answer. I drag an if code block under control here. Let's drag a code block with the equal sign in the operators for the condition of the if code block. An answer code block under sensing is connected to the left side of the equal sign and pizza store is given to the right side. If the car coming along lane 2 wants to go to the pizza store, it needs to go up, turn 90 degrees again and go to the right. First, let's drag a point in direction code block in motion here. The angle is given as 0 degrees. I drag a glide seconds to x:y: code block under motion into this if code block. Let's give the time as 1 second, x position as -24 and y position as 125. Again, a point in direction code block under motion is dragged here. Let's give the angle here as 90 degrees. Now, I drag the glide seconds to x:y: code block under motion back here. Let's give the time as 4 decimal seconds, x position as 100 and y position as 128. Next, in this way, let's create the code for the case where the answer is home. The car coming along lane 2 needs to come down, turn 90 degrees and move forward in order to travel home. For this, it is easier to duplicate the code created for the pizza store than to create a new code. So I right-click on this if code block and duplicate it. Let's add the duplicated code block below like this. First, I will change the condition here as answer equal home. Now let's change the position as needed. In the first row, let's give the angle as 180 degrees. Next, here the x position is given as -19 and the y position is given as -128. The next code block has the same angle as 90 degrees. In the last line, the x position is given as 104 and the y position is given as minus 141. Okay, again in this way, let's prepare the code for the case of selecting the hospital. If the car coming along lane 2 wants to go to the hospital, it needs to go up, turn 90 degrees again and go to the left. Let's duplicate the code created for the pizza store. I right-click on this if code block and duplicate it. Let's add the duplicated code block below like this. First, I change the condition here to answer equal hospital. Now, let's change the position as needed. Here, we only need to change the last two code blocks. Here, the angle of the point in direction code block is changed to minus 90 degrees. And here, let's give the x position as minus 135 and y position as 180. Okay, now we have completely created the self-driving car. Now, click this go button and let's drive the car. First, John asks the lane we want to travel. Let's give lane 2. Now the car came to the junction like this. Next, we need to decide where we want to go. I type as pizza store here. Okay, the car found the right way and went to the pizza store. If you made it in this way, you little ones are very talented. Let's save the design now. I click on File in the upper left corner of the interface and select Save As. Now from here, let's browse the PictoBlocks project folder that we created on the desktop. The file name is given as Project 20 and click on Save Now. Okay, now, to see the creation you have made, WhatsApp it to the number note 7681252244. Tell your friends also about the creation you made. Send it to me and also send it to your friends to see this app. And one more thing, you too can now join the DP Coding School Telegram group and try to beat the DP Code Champ Best of the Week once every week. For that, keep in touch with us. And one more thing, join our DP Coding Club and now you can start a DP Coding Club in your school as well. We are ready to give you all the guidance for that. If you want to start a DP Coding Club in any school where computer labs are available, make a request through the principal to the email address info@dpcc.lk. So let's meet with another interesting lesson through DP Coding School. Have a nice day.